when the president recognized that I actually was nominated, she called MPs. You knew that this was happening? That some of these poor MPs had no idea because I didn't tell anybody. There are about 4 persons. I didn't tell any MP. There are about 4 persons who knew. Because even at that time, I was hoping that other persons would have stepped in and put up themselves as candidate for the president of the People's National Party. Persons were summoned to her office who she thought might be funding my campaign, for them to explain if they are doing so. Persons were called not only here in Jamaica but even abroad to find out if they are funding my campaign. I figured that might be just a start and that it would cool off. But the intimidation got worse. In traveling across the country to meet with the delegates, because you must understand, she's still the leader of the party, and if she wants to come and speak at a conference, she gets the preference. So all of a sudden she wanted to speak just about at every conference. She wanted to, whether it was a divisional or constituent. When I wanted to speak at the same, I was told it would not be wise, and I could not do so. So whereas she has had access to the delegates in groups, it was for me to get out there to deal with the delegates on a one-to-one, which I understand it's a real task. The MPs and the council, that's when I picked up this first fear. They were very timid and worried if I found myself wanting to be at their conference with the comrade leader there. Some would actually beg me, Comrade Blythe, please don't come. I will arrange for you to meet the delegates in a different forum. When I spoke to the persons out on the field, I recognized that approximately, and this is my own estimation, 85 to 90% of these comrades wanted to see the back of the comrade leader. The only problem they were having is how do we say goodbye to our comrade leader without disrespecting her. I find myself, I guess, like Nicodemus in the night, having to meet at secret locations. So the key supporters of our president would not be able to see them meeting with me. But it got worse. I made arrangements to see delegates, and I'm advised, Comrade Blythe, do you know what time this is? I said yes. It is August. It is early September. There's a thing called back to school, you know, Comrade Blythe. If I am seen out there with you, then I can't get any assistance from back to school. That's how it works. So you have to meet us after these functions that are held for back to school. So I would have to wait until they meet with their whoever is handling the back to school, and then that's when I get the opportunity to talk to them after they would have gotten whatever they got for back to school.